You guys, namaskaram, back again with another video. This would be a little impromptu. So, I was reading Stoicism, and there were two excerpts which I wanted to read. One was from Seneca, wherein, on borrowed time, he says that a wealthy Roman once told Seneca that life was too short for philosophy. Seneca replied, "Life is not short, it is squandered. You guard your money with locks, but let anyone steal your hours. You act as if you will live forever, though you owe death daily installments. Even a single day lived with awareness is enough, but 100 years wasted in distraction will never suffice." The Roman left in silence. And then the second one was from Marcus Aurelius. It's on death, wherein he writes that in the privacy of his campaign 10th, Marcus wrote in Meditations, "Alexander the Great and his mule driver both died, and the same earth covers them." He reminded himself that fame is smoke, glory fleeting, and death equalizes all men. Interesting. So, I don't know, like these were some insights which I just stumbled upon, and I wanted to just talk a little bit on the value of time because fundamentally, all the problems that we have in our life is against time. Let's say whenever you're facing a problem with any person, your parents don't love you, there are fights, let's say among brothers, sisters, fights with your boyfriends and things like that. Because we lose this perspective or we live in this reality that we would live here forever, we just go into a lot of stupid arguments. And the thing about life is it's always a negative thing. As we are growing and growing, let's say from an age perspective, it's a battle against time, against losing parents. And the number one pressure, if a lot of us, which I'm assuming who watch my channel, are from like middle class, lower middle class, there's like a lot of dearth of finances. So a lot of life would just be spent on coming up to that level wherein you can just live at least freely, not in a very lavish and squandering way, but at least in a way wherein you're mentally not loaded a lot with a lot of pressures and things like that. And then, like, as you keep on growing up, you see that life is a battle against, let's say, losing your parents because one day they would leave this planet. If you love them, that's a hard pill to swallow. Against losing friends because unfortunately, friendships, a lot of them are also just conveniences. Let's say if you're not earning enough, if your friends surpass you from a monetary perspective, you would be unable to sit with them. Not a lot of people talk about this openly, but we just like having friendships who are just a level one or two above us. When we see that a person has upskilled or outgrown a lot, we just start avoiding them unconsciously because we know deep in our heart that we are behind. And they also start avoiding us. That's the rule of life. Very few, very close friends would be there with you through thick and thin. No matter what your financial standings or whatever would be, they would still be there. But those are like very, very rare. Because I don't know, we like squandering a lot of our time. Pursuing battles, having these worries and anxieties, which we know in the long term wouldn't make sense. And the second excerpt, which I read from Meditations, I think a lot of us also go into this habit of comparing a lot, that we are very, very behind in life and things like that because we are feeding a reality of social media constantly 24/7. We forget that death is the greatest equalizer for all of us. Now, all of this can come to you as, you can say, philosophically rhetoric, not very practical and applicable in real life. But I think the core of philosophy is learning to live a life wherein you know that you would not waste your life. A lot of people ignore these subjects, ignore these questions, thinking, oh, these are too deep, don't waste our time showing all this gyan and all of that. But fundamentally, the deeper your understanding of such subjects grow, the deeper you realize the essence of each and every second. Because what happens in youth is we take up a lot of these responsibilities, unnecessary marriages, unnecessary relationships, squandering away the limited precious time that we have to build something of worth in our lives. See, statistically speaking, the first 10-15 years are spent in you growing up, and the last 10 years of our life would also go in just being bedridden. You would not be very much productive from a productive sense. So the only time you have for work is roughly between 16 to 80 years, assuming you live till 90, which is very rare because not a lot of people live till, let's say, 90 or 100. But when we are, let's say, young, we feel that we have this endless reservoir of time, endless reservoir of so much energy that we can do anything at the time. But no, that's not the case. As you're growing up and up in life, a lot of things would be just subtractive in your life. Then it becomes a battle of just having so much additions in your life, let's say from a monetary perspective, that the overall negation that is happening, you're still in net positive, if that makes sense. But I just wanted to, I don't know, share these perspectives because having a very important perspective on death and time and the type of relationships and people we have is very important, and it's a limited life. Don't keep on thinking that, oh, I would have so many things to do in the future. Life right now is just happening in this second. A lot of us are also bogged down a lot by our past mistakes. Every one of us does those mistakes. But fundamentally, moving forward and having that attitude of positive value creation, creating abundance for the people who would be associated with you is very important. Building the things that you genuinely want to do in your heart is also something that one should actively take risks. And yeah, if you are like in bad relationships, you know that they wouldn't work in the long term, just delete all of those relationships, like cut out all of them. It's better to invest all that time in knowledge, in practical insights, nudges, building things that you know would make sense for you. You won't regret things. But anyhow, those were like some snippets which I wanted to share. I was thinking that instead of those dedicated scripts, which I do at times, sometimes it's better to just share these raw insights or things as they come to me. Certain things which I just keep on reading and just like sharing a lot of things. But anyhow, you write in the comment section what limitations have you broken. If you feel like having a one-on-one, feel free to reach out to me via an email. And yeah, let's make this a community of critically dedicated thinkers. And yeah, do share your insights from this video. I'll catch you soon in the next video. Until then, this is Debu Ki Dastak from Debu Ki Dastak signing off. Cheers. Bye.